Howdy, folks. I'm Terse Taurus, tardily trudging through tall tumbleweeds.
I'm Amber.
And here are more tall tumbleweeds for us to trudge through. What exactly is Taurus, Amber?
A bull.
A bowl. But not like a bowl in a china shop, unless you're talking about the expression like a bowl in a china shop.
I'm not sure I follow you, but okay.
Alright, folks, and our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Telling My Dad That He's a Jerk Who Ruined My Birthday Because He Served Me Meat as a Vegetarian? I am a 23-year-old male, and I have been a vegetarian for coming up for 15 years. My family are all big meat eaters, so I've been doing my own cooking and meal prep since I decided to be a vegetarian, as they eat meat for lunch and dinners most days, sometimes breakfast too. On the occasion, they make something not meaty, and I will have some. I didn't become a vegetarian because I don't like meat. In fact, I really do like the taste of meat, but because of the environment and animals, but I never pushed my choices on other people, and though I have cooked vegetarian and vegan meals for my family in the past, I would never expect them to be vegetarian. The only time that I am ever cooked for, I still live with my parents, is by my dad on my birthday. He never makes anything like corn or fake meat or tofu, and usually makes things that are accidentally vegetarian. As in, the recipe is inherently vegetarian and needs no substitution. Usually soups, salads, cheese, toasties, omelets, etc. Vegetarian is not the same as vegan, but it's always a big feast. My 23rd birthday was 2 days ago, and he said that he got a recipe from a vegetarian friend that is a veggie steak pie, and he made it for me. It was really nice, and actually at the end I told him how nice it was and how grateful I was, but he started chuckling. I asked him what was so funny, and he said that the pie had actually been a meat pie, and he gave it to me to see if I would notice, and said that I liked it and didn't have any reaction to it, and clearly wasn't cut out to be a vegetarian and should just go back to eating meat. He assumes that people only stop eating meat for healthy reasons, or if they don't like it, or otherwise he thinks that there's no point. Edit to say that he also said that he was having trouble getting used to my lifestyle choices. He is a butcher. I tried to explain that I don't dislike the taste of meat and I'm not allergic to it. I'm a vegetarian for moral reasons, and that was a very mean thing to do, especially on my birthday. He called me a crybaby and said that people in his day just ate what they were given and didn't complain, and that it wasn't like he gave me something that I couldn't eat, and this way everyone in the family could enjoy it as well, and clearly I didn't notice, so if he hadn't said anything, I wouldn't have known, so I called him a jerk and said that he ruined my birthday, and I stormed off. Later, my mother came to reprimand me and said that I was being a big jerk to my dad, who didn't have time to make me a birthday dinner because I'm an adult still living at home rent free, and that's a birthday present enough, and that he was trying to do a nice thing for me, and that I shouldn't be so ungrateful and rude. They are now both ignoring me. Am I the jerk? Edit. Like 4 people have commented on this. So yes, I did become a vegetarian at age 8, and yes, I did do my own cooking. Please look at my other comments about this. I don't know why this is ridiculous. All right, folks, what do you think?
No, definitely not the jerk. What your dad did was completely unacceptable. You have moral reasons for not wanting to eat meat. Your family doesn't have to agree with that, but they do have to respect you and not feed you food that violate your morals.
Well, and I mean, there are a lot of religions and whatnot that don't want to eat meat, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
not about them being unable to eat meat. It's just a
Mm-hmm.
matter of that they don't agree with the practice of eating meat. I think in like Islam, they can't eat bacon, right? Or they can't eat any pork. And I think in also like Jewish religion, there are a lot of different meats and stuff like that they can't eat either. They can't eat bacon or pork or whatnot, right? And so I think that this is one of the things where you really need to respect someone's beliefs, even if you don't understand why they have those beliefs.
Mm-hmm. Well, exactly. And the dad didn't have to make OP a birthday dinner either. Like, if it's that much of an imposition to make a vegetarian dinner once a year, he can do something else for OP. But he
Or
told,
nothing.
yeah, or nothing. But he was like, oh, I'm going to make you this dinner. And OP trusted him, and he just completely destroyed that trust. And yeah, did something really, really hurtful.
Yeah. So I don't think that OP is wrong, and I think that the parents are wrong, and they need to apologize to OP.
Yeah. And like, I mean, my parents eat meat. I'm a vegetarian. And like, Does my dad love the fact that I'm a vegetarian? No. But you know what he did as soon as I became a vegetarian? He went out and bought like the meat substitutes, and so like you don't have to agree with someone's like beliefs to still treat them with respect and dignity.
Yeah, or even be supportive in those beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for telling my whole family that my sister anonymously posts shaming comments on my Instagram pictures? And Amber wants to read this one.
I'm a 25-year-old female and I post on Instagram a lot. I get some shaming comments here and there, but I always brush them off as trolls or bitter people. I was at a large family gathering Saturday night. My cousin, who's a 16-year-old female, and my sister, a 28-year-old female, were looking at Instagram on their phones. My cousin noticed that my sister has multiple accounts since she has a drop down menu button next to her username at the top. She clicked on it and asked my sister what's alternate account username for. My sister looked flustered and said her friend set that up on her phone for some reason. That username set off alarm bells. I went to one of my Instagram posts to check the comments and my suspicion was confirmed. That account wrote so many shaming comments on nearly every one of my pictures. Here are a few examples. F you, bad word. Ew, plastic everywhere. Water balloons on an emaciated girl, lol. I'm sad and surprised about this because my sister has been nothing but supportive and complimented me all the time. I looked at my sister and she was looking tense. She didn't make eye contact with me for several minutes. I was debating whether to out her in front of everyone or have a private conversation. I chose the latter. I asked her if I could see her outside. She said she had to use the restroom right at that moment. I'm sure she was going to go in there and either delete those comments or that alternate account, so I resorted to outing her while there was still evidence. I asked her loudly why she wrote so many mean comments on my Instagram posts. She was hesitating big time and said her friend must have commented with that account. I seriously doubt it. I showed everyone some comments she wrote. I asked my cousin to confirm if that's the username she saw on my sister's phone. She confirmed. Everyone was enthralled in the drama. My mom asked my sister to tell us the truth, but my sister maintained her claim. I asked everyone who they thought really made those comments. About half the people agreed that the evidence pointed to my sister being guilty. The other half were silent. My sister called us all jerks, stormed out the door, and drove away. This was the main topic for the rest of the night. Everyone consoled me. It's been over a day, and we still haven't heard anything from my sister. I didn't try to reach out. Mom and Dad both tried to reach her, but to no avail. I think I might even cut her out of my life if I don't get a sincere apology.
All right, folks, what do you think?
I mean, I don't think Opie's in the wrong for not wanting to be involved with someone who shames her behind her back like that. Like, what her sister did is harassment and bullying, and it's not okay. She was tearing down at OP, trying to make her feel insecure and bad about herself, all the while pretending to be supportive to her face. And, like, that's horrible to do to another person.
Yeah, she's two-faced, and I think that she needs to go into therapy at the very minimum here. I think that this is a horrible thing to have done to her sister. And it begs the question of why did she feel it necessary to do this to her sister, right? Why is she doing this? And I guess there probably are feelings of jealousy or something like that if I had to make a guess.
Probably jealousy and insecurities, those sort of things. But what she did is not okay, and she should like sincerely apologize as like a bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how someone could just do that and just like act like, oh yeah, no, I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, no, just my friend totally did this. Like, I have no idea.
Yeah. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for leaving my boyfriend at the airport after he pranked the TSA with an adult toy? Hey everyone, I'm a 20-year-old female and I really need some outside perspective on whether I was too harsh with my boyfriend, a 29-year-old male, because of a recent incident. My boyfriend loves practical jokes, and while some are genuinely funny, others can be a bit much. For example, he once switched all of my skincare products with mayonnaise, and another time he filled my car with balloons. It's usually all in good fun, but sometimes it goes a bit far. Well, we planned this amazing vacation to the Caribbean, something that I had been looking forward to for months. Everything was going smoothly until we got to the airport. Right before going through airport security, my boyfriend thought that it would be hilarious to pull another prank. This time, he decided to stuff a adult toy into his pants and make it look like he was unusually well endowed. As you can imagine, the security picked up on something odd and he was pulled aside for a pat down. When the TSA agent asked him if he was carrying anything that he shouldn't be, he yelled out, "I have a big piece and I'm going to use it," in what I guess he thought was a funny tone. Literally, everyone turned and looked at us, and it was so awkward. A couple of other TSA agents ran towards him. Then he pulled out the adult toy and proudly announced, "This is my big piece." Well, the TSA didn't find it very funny. Both of us were taken to a back room and interrogated for over an hour, which led to us missing our flight. The agents weren't amused and they gave us a stern lecture on security and appropriateness. I was so upset and embarrassed by the whole ordeal that I decided that I couldn't handle going on vacation anymore. So instead of waiting for the next available flight, I just went home. My boyfriend was annoyed and said that I was overreacting since it was just a joke and that we could just catch another flight. However, I felt like the prank crossed the line, especially considering the setting and the stress that it caused. So Reddit, am I the jerk for deciding to go home and miss out on a vacation because I couldn't deal with another potential joke or embarrassment? Let me know what you think. All right, folks, what do you think?
No, not the jerk. I mean, it doesn't seem like your boyfriend has a lot of common sense, for one, but he also doesn't seem concerned for how his actions affect you. Like, you kind of became collateral in this whole thing. You got detained as well and, like, warned by the TSA, and that was probably unpleasant and scary and not a good time for you. And he just seems to want to, like, oh, haha, it's so funny. Like, I do not blame you for not wanting to go somewhere with someone who thinks, oh, yeah, let me prank the TSA agents. Like, you're right. What else is he gonna do when you're on your trip? Like, it just could go very badly.
Yeah, I would be concerned about what other pranks that he has planned for the trip. And then also, why did he think... Well, I have a couple questions. Why did he think that this was anywhere near appropriate, right? But then, again, like, why did OP get detained for this?
I think because she was with him.
Because it seems like he should have been the one who was detained, and I don't know, like, it seems like it's not like they know who's with who when they check your tickets and stuff like that at the TSA, unless she stepped aside and volunteered that she was with him.
It seems like she was with him for it, so probably she was with him, just like, where they were going through the scanners and she stepped aside when he did, and it just went downhill from there. But yeah, I just feel bad for OP in this situation, and I would, potentially try reevaluate this relationship. It sounds like you have kind of had it with his pranks. It sounds like they've gotten to the point where they're not funny anymore, where they're actually causing, like, safety concerns. Like, pranking the TSA is not a good idea at all. He doesn't seem to have any concept of, like, when the time and place. And so, like, it's totally fine to reevaluate the relationship if you're like, I cannot be with someone who thinks it's fun to prank TSA agents.
Yeah, it just seems like an overwhelmingly bad idea on so many levels.
Yeah, and he's 29 years old. It's not like, he's a 15-year-old or something who just doesn't have a concept yet. He should know by now that you don't prank the TSA.
Yeah. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she has a joke.
Why did Jake kick his computer?
Jake kicked his computer because it was down, and Jake likes to kick computers when they're down.
Well, that's sad. No, someone told him to boot a new program.
He did. He sure did. It was called Kick the Computer When It's Down. That was .exe.
No.
And I have Earl Grey. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Friday, Junior.
Happy Friday, Junior.
Thanks so much to Amber for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for watching. Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please have it on appropriateness.
Do not violate people's moral convictions, bully them, or prank the TSA. None of these are appropriate.
Those are all very inappropriate things. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.